what you've done.
What I have... Madam, you came out of that turning.
Well, I signalled.
That does not give you a built-in protection.
Don't you try to be clever with me.
Clever? Madam, I suggest that we get out of the middle of the road where we're holding everybody up and let's go over to the side and let's see what the damage is.
And
right?
People talk about women drivers. Yes, well, luckily for you, it isn't much.
I wish that were true.
You are insured, I presume.
Yes, but,
Oh, I see. You don't want to lose your no-claim bonus.
Lose my no-claim? First of all, this was your fault.
What?
Oh, yes, it was. And secondly, that's a police car.
That?
And I'm Detective Chief Inspector Jordan. I must get another police officer and report this accident.
I haven't got time for that. I'm in a hurry.
Well, so am I, but regulations say that I've got to report this right now.
Your regulations, not mine.
You better consider yourself very lucky, madam.
I have an appointment which I wish to keep. You may take that, but you'll have to play policeman on your own.
Just wait.
And I want that back later.
Now, wait just a minute. You just can't go...
And there's a meeting this afternoon, sir.
Any result from the phone tap yet?
Nothing of importance, sir.
All right, thank you, Miss Simpson. Yes?
Good morning, Chief Superintendent. Lovely day.
For some, no doubt. What can I do for you?
I won't take up your time. I can see you're busy.
I'm grateful. Ah, thank you. Wait a minute.
Are you unwell?
No, just bad indigestion the last few days.
Stress.
Well, can you wonder at it? Yes, do sit down.
I want to talk about guardians.
Yes.
I think it's about time we took an interest in them.
Well, I already have done.
Oh, really? Who's doing the spade work?
A woman detective constable is dealing with that.
Anything?
Nothing much yet, but the phone is tapped, so there may be more soon. The organisation has only existed a month. We're not that far behind. Frankly, I don't know why you're worried. They don't seem to be political.
No, they don't seem to be politically motivated. They might still be dangerous, though.
Well, their main interest seems to be in pollution. I can't see that's of any interest to us.
But they're also concerned about germ warfare. You can't say that's of no interest.
Are they?
In which case, they may well concentrate their efforts on places like Pelton-Dornay Biological Research Centre.
Yes, that would seem to be a logical target.
That particular centre can do without any more publicity.
Yes.
It's had enough.
There was a young scientist died down there, wasn't he? I seem to remember he went
An unfortunate incident.
blind and died in terrible pain. Exposed to a virus, was it?
The cause of death was unknown.
Oh, come on, no, Moxon. It's me that you're talking to.
Accidents can happen. The work is too important to allow of interruption.
All right, we'll look after your germs for you.
Is Jordan taking charge of the inquiry?
No, he can't. He's at the Old Bailey.
The Dyson case. The judge sums up today. It should be over in a day or so.
There are other jobs.
But not so important.
I don't agree. Does the commander...
We had dinner last night.
I see. And you discussed my business over the wine?
No, we discussed our business over the brandy.
One thing you'll be told. It's all very well to say there is legislation to deal with the problem, but of what use is that if the punishment doesn't fit the crime? A few weeks ago, a firm whose assets top £25 million was fined for dumping pollutive material into a canal. Their third offence. How much do you think they were fined? Tens of thousands? Thousands? Hundreds, then? No. £50. 50 on each count.
Shame.
That is not legislation, friends. That is condemnation. So what can we do? We can put the facts before the public. That's what we can do.
You recruit, I hope.
Yes, I hoped to come to the meeting last week, but I'm afraid I couldn't manage it.
Oh, what a pity. The evening sessions are much better attended, of course. We had over 100 people here last Wednesday.
Did you really?
Yes, we were terribly thrilled. Never expected such a good response.
Well, it could hardly be for a better cause, could it?
Exactly. But people are inclined to just talk about something like pollution, and not do anything constructive to show their concern. Well, let's hope the tides turn and more people rally to us and fight the good fight.
Is regional authorities responsible for rivers, water supply and sewage disposal. Authorities devoted to checking the level of pollution so that we and our families will be saved from slow poisoning.
Television documentaries must have been a great help. Mr.
Harkstead, Colonel Harkstead. Oh, yes, but people are inclined to forget by the next morning, you know. I can't understand it at all. You'd think they'd realize the danger they're in, but they're being slowly poisoned, and all for financial reasons.
But really?
Well, of course. All these firms could easily find alternative methods of disposing of their waste, but it cost a bit more. So, dump it. Anywhere. The river, the canal, in it goes. Sorry. I get a bit carried away.
No, please. I came here to find out about it after all.
Well, we've a lot of literature coming out about it. Puts it much better than I can.
Well, I'd like a copy.
I'm delighted.
I see here in this pamphlet, where is it? Oh, yes, that you're also campaigning against germ warfare and riot control gases.
Yes, well, that'll come later. We're concentrating on pollution at the moment.
Yes, but if you have got anything about these, I'd be very...
yes, lots of material. Will you be at the meeting next week?
Well, I'd like it before, if possible, and I shall know more about what's being discussed.
Very wise, too. Look, why don't you come round to the headquarters and pick some up?
Well, fine. What would be the best time?
Well, our latest publication is due out tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow afternoon, then?
I shall look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Oh, Colonel, I'm Harkstead.
No?
You didn't say where.
Oh, how foolish of me, yes. Hempford Crescent.
Hempford.
Number 32, flat 4.
Traffic department, please. Thank you. Good afternoon. Look, I had an accident this morning. One of your officers crashed into me in a police car.
Yes, sir.
What the hell have you been up to?
What do you mean?
There's a number 1 on you for stealing a driving license.
What?
And discipline offences for failing to report an accident.
I can explain it all.
Well, I hope so.
You see, there was this woman, and she came out of this minor road straight into me. I didn't have a chance.
Well, why didn't you report it?
When I was hurrying on my way to the Old Bailey, I had to be there at 2 o'clock.
Well, what were you doing down in Kent anyway?
I was coming back from Maidstone prison. Now, I know I should have reported it, but I'd much rather face the traffic department than an irate judge.
All right, but what about the license?
She just stuck it in my hand and drove off.
Well, you better just stick it right back again. On you go, I'll try and square it.
Oh, will you? Thank you.
Well, you better
much,
get on
sir.
to the traffic department.
Couldn't you do
No,
something?
I can't help you there.
You realise they're gonna love this.
Jordan, that is your problem.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Tread very gently.
Yes.
I've been to the meeting, sir. The Guardians.
Oh, yes. Sit down, Miss Simpson. Now, how did you get on?
Well, I had a long chat with a man who seemed to be one of the organisers, sir.
Name?
Harkstead. Colonel Harkstead. Nice old chap. Typical ex-army. Bit eccentric, perhaps.
I'm glad you liked him. Now, what about the germ warfare side?
Well, he's going to let me have some literature about it. I got the impression that it was a kind of policy statement.
Good, that might be of great help. Now, I think, as well as that, you better do a search on this Colonel...
Harkstead.
Harkstead. And if you don't find anything in Criminal Records Office, I would try the Cranks Index. I've got a feeling this case might end there.
Oh,
Miss Bailey, your driving licence.
thank you. Just a minute. Look, I'm sorry I was so rude to you this morning. I'm not at my best at that time of day, I'm afraid.
That makes 2 of us.
I've got some coffee on. Would you like some?
I'm afraid I'm in a terrible rush at the moment.
Peace offering? Well, come in anyway.
Thank you.
Do sit down.
Oh, thank you.
I'll get the coffee. I realised, of course, you were quite right. Just because I signalled didn't mean to say I could come shooting out of a side turning without looking.
Well, I wish you'd tell the traffic department that. It might get me off the hook.
Off the hook? That's a bit dramatic, isn't it?
Oh, no. If it had been my fault, you know, or even just 50-50 my
Come and
fault.
sit down.
Thank you. They would have taken away my driving license.
What, for good?
Oh, no. For a period of time. They might have even asked me to take the test again.
Well, that's a bit hard.
That's only half of it.
What do you mean?
Well, they think I stole your driving license.
I didn't say that.
I know, but that's the way they're taking it.
Well, I'll tell them.
Thank you. You phone them, they'll come round, and then you can tell them.
Right. Now, how'd you like your coffee?
Black. No sugar.
I really am awfully sorry about all this. I seem to have caused you a lot of trouble.
Ah, that's all right. We must think of a way that you can make up for it.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. How about having dinner with me tomorrow night?
Well, that's no favour from me. Why didn't you come here and have dinner with me?
Providing I bring the food.
All right.
Fine. You know, this really is a very nice place you've got here.
Thank you. It's my business.
What?
Interior decorating. If my place doesn't look good, it's not much of an advert, is it?
I see. Do you mind if I have a look around?
No, of course not.
I like the kitchen, you know. It's very compact. It really is very, very nice. What, you work here, do you?
Yes, I can't afford a separate studio.
I hope you weren't late for your appointment this morning.
Well, I didn't actually have an appointment this morning, but I did have to rush back and organise all this. Look, I'll show you.
Thank you. Oh.
You don't approve?
Well, I don't like the idea of pollution or germ warfare, if that's what you mean.
Nor would anyone who was sane. How could anyone sanction the existence of Pelton Dorney?
Well, they do say it's for our defence. And anyway, who knows what goes on down there?
We've a damn good idea. The trouble is proving it.
And more chance of stealing the crown jewels than proving that.
There's always a way, if you have the will and the reason, and I happen to have both. Oh, I'm sorry. On my soapbox again. Anyway, it's pollution we've got to see to first.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for the coffee. I must go.
See you tomorrow, then.
Yes. 7 o'clock.
Or earlier, if you like. I'm not a bad cook, but rather slow.
All right. How about 6:30?
Fine, I look forward to it. Oh.
No, you answer it. I'll see myself.
All right.
6:30.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Miss Bailey?
Yes?
Colonel Harkstead here.
Oh, hello, Colonel.
What time's the committee meeting tomorrow?
3:30. You are coming?
Oh, yes, my dear, of course. But it's just that I wanted a word with you alone first.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get on?
Oh, fine.
She happy?
Oh, yes, I think you could say she was happy, sir.
Can I take it that the complaint about the driving license will be withdrawn?
Oh, yes, it'll be withdrawn.
All right, let's hope you can make Inspector Dunwell smile, too.
Who's done well?
Traffic department. Now, don't tell me you haven't been on to him yet.
I will phone him,
Now,
sir.
straight away, George.
Straight away, I promise you, sir. Oh, there's one other thing. You know Angela Bailey, the driver, the one that crashed into me. Do you know she's a member of Guardians?
Curious coincidence, isn't it? What sort of dress?
Pemford Crescent.
Number 32?
Yes, 32.
Then she's not just a member, that's the headquarters. I think it might be a good idea if you were to keep contact with Miss Bailey.
Yes, sir. I'm seeing her actually tomorrow.
Oh, good.
I don't think we'll get very much out of
No, probably not, but all the same.
I'll keep my eye on her, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir?
Ask WDC Simpson to search on a Miss Angela Bailey.
Clear weapon. Holster weapon. 22 seconds dead. Clean the weapon, Mr. Jordan. And you better get your shirt clean.
What?
Covered in the vicar's blood.
Chief Inspector Jordan.
Yes, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Traffic Department, Inspector Dunwell.
What was the name?
You're a difficult man to track down. I've been looking for you in your office.
Yeah, that's the last place in the world to look for me.
I asked you to ring me back yesterday.
Yes, I know, awfully sorry, but I didn't get the message.
You know why I'm here, of course.
You want to give yourself up as a spy?
That attitude won't help, sir.
Well, get on with it.
I suggest you tell me how the accident happened.
Well, she came out of this side turning straight into me. I didn't have any chance at all, and she admitted to me it was her fault.
That's not enough.
Well, it's going to have to be, because that's all there was.
We're not getting anywhere. I suggest you leave a written statement in my office. You know what we need.
Yes, I do.
Before 6 o'clock this evening.
That is a date.
There's one other thing.
I'm sure there is.
Pending the result of this inquiry, you're suspended from driving police vehicles.
What? You must be... She said to me that it was her fault.
To you, Mr. Jordan. Not to me.
It's your own fault.
He's just being bloody
He
minded
is perfectly entitled to do his...
He didn't have to take my
The man
driving
has
license.
a job to do the same as you.
It's all the paperwork.
Look,
that's
this
what
force could not be run without people like Inspector Dunwell. You would do well to remember that. If you had reported this accident yesterday, when it happened in the proper manner... Look, any more breaches of discipline at this, Jordan, and I'm going to have you suspended. Now, I really mean this. You're becoming far too damn casual.
Casual?
I'm sorry I'm late.
Are you? I wasn't expecting you, was I?
Your secretary didn't give you my message.
No.
Well, then, I'm lucky to catch you both.
I'm just off.
Jordan.
I'll phone him.
Please.
Tell me about Guardians.
Oh, yes. Now, W.D.C. Simpson is dealing with it. Maybe you'd like to talk to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Would you get W.D.C. Simpson in here right away, please?
Yes,
Constable.
Yes, I saw no reason for putting a more senior officer on it. It's merely observation.
Whom has she been observing?
Well, she's been to a meeting, and she's getting some literature.
What about?
About germ warfare. Yes. Miss Simpson, would you be good enough to tell Mr. Moxon about the Guardian's meeting that you attended?
Yes, sir. I met a man called Harkstead, sir. A Colonel Harkstead.
Did he seem to be in charge?
No, but he seemed to be one of the organisers.
What did he talk about?
Pollution, mostly. Then I asked if I could have some literature about germ warfare, and he said to call round to headquarters for it.
And have you?
No, sir, I've been typing out my report.
Good, good. I look forward to hearing of further developments, Miss Simpson.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Miss Simpson. Oh, the search on Colonel Harkstead, anything?
Well, only in the Cranks Index, as you thought, sir. Mostly letters about pollution.
Right.
Oh, we did have complaints once from both the American and the Russian embassies.
Oh? What about?
He was delivering one-man protests against germ warfare.
And Angela Bailey?
Who?
The woman organizer.
Nothing at all, sir.
No, right, thank you, Miss Simpson.
Miss Simpson, Bailey, how does she spell it?
B-A-I-L-L-I-E, sir.
Thank you, Miss Simpson. That young scientist who died at Pelton Dornay was called Bailey.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon.
I'm driving you.
Heaven help me.
Are you quite ready, sir?
Fine, let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I've got some money. Yes. Money and... Oh, the list. Take the shopping list, will you?
Shopping, sir?
Yes, after the Old Bailey, Simpson.
Would you like me to wait, sir, or shall I drive round the block?
Well, apart from when I want you, James, the afternoon is entirely yours. Come on, come on, come on.
Why choose one so near London?
So that we can go there at the shortest possible notice, I would have thought.
I don't see that's important. Communications being what they are today.
You've just answered your own question.
How much did you say this one discharges?
Well, you can't deal with actual quantities as such.
Well, you know what I mean, the river boards analysis.
Oh, I see. It comes nowhere near the Devington one.
Robert, why are you so opposed to the Devington plan?
It's too near London. There only needs to be a whisper of what we've got in mind, and the security people will crack down on obvious targets. Devington would be the first as its closest.
I'm sorry, that's no argument. Security people aren't only Londoners, you know.
Bob, surely the big argument in its favour must be the vastness of the pollution by that factory.
Well, that's the sort of thing that'll draw the public's attention to it. Just think of the impression it would make. Cyanide, actual cyanide being discharged into the canal.
Which contains fish that people eat.
Look, when I was a boy, I used to swim in it. I bet kids still do.
I know.
And how much more than the permitted amount does that factory discharge? 120 times.
It's not as if they haven't had fair warning. 3 times they've been prosecuted, so they know damn well what they're doing.
Yes, but we've heard all this before, haven't we? Robert, unless you're still very much against the Devington idea, I think we must go ahead. We must act now, you know, to keep our new members' interest going.
Yes.
All right, I do see your point. We must get on. Just one thing. Isn't Devington on the riot control gas list?
I think it is.
Yes,
then
it is.
Wouldn't security be stronger?
Colonel?
Riot control gas is produced at an entirely separate factory.
On the same site?
Yes, on the same site. But I don't think we need bother with that at this stage.
Well, why not? If we do get in, they'll certainly tighten up their security arrangements, so that if we want to go later for riot-controlled gas, it'll be twice as difficult.
All right. If perchance we have the opportunity to find out the extent of the activities in that direction, fine. But our current project must take priority. Is that understood?
Absolutely.
Yes. Then the next thing to be discussed is who's to be the lucky one.
Well, the man who goes risks imprisonment, remember. Well, there are 2 obvious candidates, Kenneth and Brian. Both have had lots of demonstration experience. Both are totally reliable. And I think Brian has the edge, being an ex-Royal Marine. His commando training will come in very useful in penetrating Devington's defences.
Yes.
With the respect, Colonel, I think it'll need more than commando tactics to get in there.
Why, how do you mean?
Well, they've got electrified fences all round, and constant guard dog patrols like most of their kind. You won't fancy a dirty great Doberman pincher snapping at his ankles.
You're so right.
Oh, dear. Perhaps we better think again.
No, don't let's lose ground. Presumably all the factories will have the same kind of security arrangements, so we'll just have to find a way around them.
Yes.
Brian, are you available at any time at short notice?
Of course.
Right. Well, then as soon as the Colonel and I have worked out a plan to get you in, we'll let you know.
Right.
Don't think the rest of you are being left out, but I really think the fewer of us who know about these arrangements, the better. Yes?
Yeah.
Well, that's it then.
I've put your chair back.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Goes right up there, I'm afraid.
Good luck, Brian.
Thanks very much.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Angela. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Yes? You know, I hadn't reckoned on electrified fences.
Never mind. We'll think of something.
I rather wanted a word with you about our second plan.
Well, that was why you suggested coming before the meeting.
Oh, yes, I never thought that girl would turn up so early for the pamphlets, but I couldn't hustle her out, could I? We've got to encourage new blood.
Do you think it could wait? I'm rather busy now, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I mustn't hold up your work.
Oh, it isn't work. It's pleasure for a change. I've a gentleman caller coming for dinner.
Oh, splendid. One of our friends?
No, he's a policeman, as a matter of fact.
Oh, my dear, is that wise? We don't want the police poking around here. You sure he's not been planted?
Shall I tell you how we met? He crashed his car into mine. I don't think even the Metropolitan Police would go to those lengths for our little organisation, do you?
Come on, Simpson, come on. Stop huffing up.
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
That is the last time you carry my shopping for me. Put it on the table. Thank you very much. Mind that, mind that. That's better. That's beautiful. It's really nice. That's all right. Don't
Is
worry.
this a private party or can anybody join?
If you've got a bottle, sir, you're welcome.
I want to talk to you. Thank you, Constable. That'll be all.
Thank you, sir.
Haven't we given you enough work to do, Jordan?
Oh, yes, I got plenty to do, thank you.
Then what the hell are you doing fooling around shopping with a WDC in the middle of the afternoon?
Well, if you recall, sir, Simpson was driving me.
Yes, your driving licence has been suspended.
To the Old Bailey.
What happened?
10 and 5, concurrent.
Good. But you haven't been there all this time, surely?
Oh, no, after the Old Bailey, we went shopping. Partly business, because you did say keep an eye on Angela Bailey, and I'm going round to her place tonight.
Taking your own food?
I have expensive tastes.
I know that. What have you got there?
Oh, lovely things. I have got some steak, fillet steak, very nice piece, and I've got some brie, plenty of bread, and the main thing, Pacific prawns, very nice prawns, and wine.
I just hope you're not going to try and claim for all that.
I shall put in for the usual refreshment allowance, sir.
Well, you'll
should just about pay for that prawn, I should think.
A party?
No, shall we go to my office?
Oh, no, not at all. Jordan needs to hear this too. I found out a little more about Huxted.
Oh, yes?
He's ex-army, of course.
Yes, we knew that.
Ex-army intelligence? He was compulsorily retired on pension after the last war.
Compulsory?
Security risk?
No, eccentric behavior.
What do you mean? What did he do?
Nothing. He did nothing. He refused to work, eat, or talk. They just had to pension him off quietly.
Oh, you mean he was a nutcase?
Not necessarily. You'd be too young to know, but a lot of the military turned pacifist after the cessation of hostilities.
I mean, this is the man you're so concerned about. I told you he's on the cranks index.
Just after that happened, he was suspected of being a double agent.
Only suspected?
Oh, yes. There was obviously nothing in it. Just eccentric, that's all. But interesting, don't you think?
Best part of the meal.
No, I don't know how to take that.
Elliot, you're a superb cook.
Angela, I know.
I nearly forgot. I've got a present for you.
I can't wait.
I don't know much about them. I hope it's all right.
Now I have nearly everything I want.
Let's take our brandy in the other room.
All right.
Do you think all policemen do it?
I beg your pardon?
Cook as well as you.
Oh, well, you see, some of them don't have to.
You're making me feel quite sorry for you.
I have my moments.
But you really like cooking, don't you?
Oh, yes, in the blood. Grandfather was a chef.
Oh, not from a long line of policemen, then?
No, thank goodness.
Do I detect a note of discord?
Well, there are policemen and policemen.
So I'm beginning to see.
Some of us are quite nice, so I've been told. Shall I put another record on?
Thank you.
What would you like to hear?
Something lazy?
Lazy it'll be. Now, let's see what we've got here. Yes. Aha. Now this I guarantee is lazy. How's that?
Fine.
Do you mind if I,
Of course not. Let me take it for you.
Thank you.
So you have a chauffeur?
Yeah?
I'm impressed.
Oh, I'm not. She's deaf on the roads.
You just don't like women drivers.
I find them a bit sharp on the bends.
But she indicates first.
You had a busy day?
Yes?
Doing what?
Designing.
Do you know, I've always wanted to find a designing woman. My mother always said I would.
I was designing a very unexciting patio for some dreary people in Sunningdale.
What, all day?
No, I had a guardians meeting this afternoon.
Aren't the afternoons just a little bit inconvenient?
Some people are lecturers, a couple have their own businesses. They seem to be able to get time off quite easily.
It's very nice. What do you talk about? Who's going to write the next letter to the Times?
You'd be very bored if I told you.
Oh, go and try me.
Well, we try in our own small way to clean up the world before it's totally polluted.
Oh, I'm all for that. Do you know my dustbin hasn't been emptied for weeks?
There you are, you see, I told you.
Well, it's not the nicest after-dinner subject now, is it?
I shan't say another word.
Right. After the Guardians meeting, what'd you do?
You're being very nosy.
No, just slightly possessive.
I don't like possessive men. I came home and washed my hair.
I'm very glad I said I liked it.
So am I. My father always said, never trust a policeman.
And what a depressing thought.
Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, sir.
You come in early to read the paper?
I'm combing it for information, sir.
The sports page.
Yeah, Moscow Dynamos are playing a closed-season tour.
Heard the dinner go last night.
Oh, very well.
I'm glad. Get anything?
Sir?
It was partly duty.
Only the prawn. Oh, by the way, you know that scientist who died at Pelton Dorney? He was her brother. You knew that?
Moxon told me.
Well, it would have been very nice to be put into his confidence.
What difference would that have made?
The difference between a proper briefing and going in there blind, I would have thought.
What's this? Your expenses already. You're a bit quick off the mark, aren't you?
It's not for last night. That's the Dyson case.
Then you're out of date. Got a pen?
Yes.
Oh, what's this? 19 and 6 for a taxi?
Well, I had to keep him waiting an awful...
Oh, come on, give me your pen. You'll get me hanged, drawn and quartered, Jordan. You really will.
That's very funny.
What is it?
I can't seem to find my warrant card.
Your warrant card?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you haven't lost that. Very serious offence.
Ah, Sergeant Edwards. I was here yesterday.
That's right, huh?
I've sort of misplaced my warrant card. I wondered if it was here.
Not a chance, sir. We clear up here every night.
It was in my jacket and I put it on that bench over there.
You can take a look around, sir. It'll make you feel better.
No, that's all right. Thank you, Sergeant.
You tried everywhere else you've been, sir?
No, not everywhere. Thank you very much.
Yes?
Hard at work, I see.
Well, when I get the chance.
Hoxted.
What?
Hoxted.
Oh, not again.
He interests me. One of my chaps has managed to get hold of a copy of a document of his.
You searched his house?
Did I say that?
No, just a minute, Moxon. Who's in charge of this inquiry, you or me?
I felt you needed convincing of my seriousness of intent.
Not yours, Harkstead's.
Precisely. So, here is the evidence.
All right, what is it?
A map.
Showing?
6 rings.
Just one minute, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Right.
6 rings, red in the original. The center of each is a factory or large industrial complex.
Really?
Yes, all of which have been mentioned recently in a report as having polluted rivers or canals of Great Britain.
Well, that's not surprising, isn't it? Considering that pollution is the thing the man claims to be fighting against.
You're probably right, Inman.
Well, I mean, it would seem...
I'm making a fuss about nothing now.
No. All right, I've bitten. What else?
It's just that one of them, just one, mind you, is under permanent government contract.
To produce?
I wonder if you can guess.
Pelton Dorney can wait.
How long? Until another man is killed there?
Oh, you must try to be objective.
I know.
Let's get Devington sorted out, then under cover of that we can go ahead.
When?
What, Devington?
Pelton Dorney.
Oh, soon. It's got to be timed carefully, you know. Very carefully. Perhaps within a week.
Right. Now I'll talk about Devington. I feel better already. Hello? Brian? It's Angela. Listen, love. Something marvellous has happened. It's going to be sooner than we thought. Hello, darling. Come in. You're looking very serious. Whatever's the matter? I know. You don't want to see me anymore.
No, it's not that.
You're married?
No, I'm not married.
You're going to ask me to marry you?
Not at the moment.
Well, I can't think of any other disasters.
I wonder if you found a small card.
What sort of card?
But that's... You know that thing I showed you?
Yes.
My warrant card.
No, I haven't found it.
Do you mind if I have a look?
Well, of course
I
not.
think it was in my jacket.
And that was on the sofa there, wasn't it?
Fine.
Is it serious?
Well, yes, it is if I can't find it. No. And then, it was in there.
Feel free.
Found it.
Elliot, I'm sorry.
Well, the main thing is I've got it back.
Panic over.
Yeah. Look, I'm busy at the moment. I'm on duty. I'll phone you a bit later on this evening, all right? I'll see myself out. Sir. All is well.
What do you mean?
Found the card.
Where was it? Just a minute, don't go away, Joe. Yes?
Mr. Moxon on the line, sir.
Good. Put him on, will you? Sit down. Good morning, Mr. Moxon.
Good morning, Edmund. I'm speaking from the office of the Managing Director of Wensley Chemicals. I should be grateful if you would join me as soon as possible.
Well, I might, if you tell me what it's all about.
They have a large factory complex in Devington.
Mm-hmm.
Early this morning, a man claiming to be from Special Branch and showing a warrant card entered the factory and has locked himself into one of the experimental laboratories.
I'll be over right away.
Just after the start of the morning shift, at 8 a.m. Carefully before office and management staff arrive, you will notice.
No one questioned his identity.
Why should they? He showed his warrant card.
Do you often have Special Branch men calling in?
No. But only yesterday, Mr. Inman's office rang our security officer and told him to tighten up. So the man on the gate thought this chap was coming to inspect the place.
That's normal procedure.
I'm sure the timing was unfortunate.
Which part of the factory is the man in?
One of our experimental laboratories.
Yes, which?
I can show you a plan.
Thank you.
This is the one. These are the others.
I see. Now, I believe you have one in a separate building.
How did you know that?
Do you?
As a matter of fact, we do.
Well, where is that?
On a separate plan. I really don't see that
Now,
this
look,
will
what
have...
I want to know is this. Could this man move easily from the lab he is in to the one in the separate building?
Not a chance. They're a long way apart. And the smaller one has double security.
Why?
I don't
Riot
think
control gas, Jordan.
You seem well informed, Mr.
It's
Inman.
as well to be.
It's a pity you cannot, you being the collective, take more care of the security of your police force.
Don't you worry, I'll deal with that.
Where did our friend get his warrant card from?
What is our friend doing now?
He's still in the laboratory. Locked himself in and jammed the door. He telephoned out.
Where did he telephone?
He told the switchboard he would smash up the laboratory if they didn't put him through to one of the national newspapers.
So the press are onto it.
At the last count, there was a couple of dozen newsmen down there.
One up to Guardians.
Reporters from all the populars and others still arriving.
I take my hat off to you, my dear. It's simply marvellous.
We couldn't have asked for better coverage and at a better time. The phone's been ringing all day with inquiries about membership.
What about poor Brian, though?
Poor Brian's having a whale of a time if I know him. Lucky devil, I'd trade with him.
You'll get your chance. This is only the start.
I don't know how you set it up so quickly. How did you do it?
Well, fair's fair. I didn't do it entirely alone, you know. By the way, has anyone seen the Colonel?
No. Not often he misses, is it?
I hope he comes to the meeting tonight. He deserves some of the praise. I think I'll give him a ring and make sure.
That's a good idea.
And you actually found your card at Angela Bailey?
Yes. Now, if you excuse me,
You're
sir.
not going back there.
How would you feel?
Sick, as you should. Boy, you'll be in a packet of trouble if that was your warrant card.
It might not be my card.
And Partick Thistle might win the European Cup. All right, let's just cool it down, be rational about that. Sit down.
Yes, sir?
Get me WDC Simpson in here right away, will you, please?
Yes, sir?
Now listen to me. Do you think that your Miss Bailey could have copied your card? Forged it? She is an artist.
That's exactly what I'm afraid has happened.
Yes. Miss Simpson, when's the next Guardians meeting?
Tonight, as a matter of fact, sir.
Good. I want you to go there and keep with Miss Bailey afterwards. Thank you, Miss Simpson. Yes?
Mr. Moxon on the line, sir.
Put him on. Inman.
Inman, I thought you might be interested. Our friend Huxley.
Yes?
I have reason to believe he has checked in at a small hotel, the Pelton Dornay Arms.
And why have you reason to believe that, Mr. Moxon?
A little bird, Inman. The same little bird who brought me the map.
I see.
And Inman, he's using a different name. Parker.
Right. Thank you. Jordan, I want you to get down to Pelton Dornay right away. Pelton Dornay Arms Hotel. Colonel Hackstead's down there calling himself Parker. Now, whatever you do, don't disturb him, but don't let him out of your sight.
All right. I can't drive. Simpson can't be seen with me. I know it is short notice, but would you please tell that to Inspector Dunwell? Tell him to go and... Would you tell him it's priority, please?
Good afternoon, sir. And a lovely one, too.
Yes, isn't it? I wonder, do you have a single room for tonight?
Tonight?
Yes, I haven't decided whether to drive on or not.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you there.
Oh, dear.
Well, you see, we only have one single anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes, here we are. Parker. Booked in, booked right out again.
Why, didn't you like the food?
You didn't get a chance to find out. No, he has suddenly called away, I believe.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much.
I can't hold it, you know.
Oh, I'll have to take a chance. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, sir.
He's gone.
Oh, yes.
Well, then maybe he's gone to the research station.
No, I've already been there and checked. I also told the security there to keep an eye open for him.
I wonder what could have frightened him off.
Oh, probably Moxon's men. I mean, they're as subtle as a...
All right. Come back.
And these are just the London evening papers. Tomorrow all the nationals will have the story too. And judging by the amount of photographers at Devington today, they're really going to splash it. No, wait a minute. Wait! It's Brian Daniels who ought to be getting the cheers. Now, all our many newcomers, there are membership forms on the table just inside the door. Please take one and come and join us. You can see now we're a lively organization with a voice. We give you action.
Thank you so much for helping me carry all this
No
lot.
trouble at all. Up here?
Yes, that's fine. I'm so hot.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Good evening. I'm Chief Superintendent Inman. I think you know Chief Inspector Jordan. We would like a word with you.
What about?
May we come in? Thank you. Through here?
Yes.
Thank you. It's about forged warrant cards, Miss Bailey. I understand that you are an artist of considerable talents. You have the materials available.
You're welcome to look.
No, I don't think you'd be foolish enough to leave them lying around. Miss Simpson, the handbag, please. If you would rather come to a police station...
No.
Did you print this? I must caution you that you need not say anything to me about this.
Yes, I know.
And the one in possession of Brian Daniels? Are there any more? Miss Bailey, it would be in your own interest to tell me.
There is one more,
Who
yes.
has that?
Colonel Harksted.
For what purpose?
Another lock-in.
Where?
Pelton Dorney.
Now, why there? Why not another factory?
Because Brian drew all the attention to Devington.
Would you like to sit down, Miss Bailey?
Pelton Dorney was the main target.
How many of you were going there?
Just the two of us, Colonel Harksted and myself.
Why Colonel Harksted?
Well, the original plan was for me to go alone.
Who suggested that?
We both did. No, I think he did.
Then why was the plan changed?
He thought I might come to some sort of harm.
Oh? What did you think might happen to you?
I don't know. I only intended to sit in, like Brian.
Where is Colonel Harksted now?
I don't know.
Now, Miss Bailey...
Truly, I expected him at the meeting tonight.
When were you going down to Pelton Dorney?
Next Monday.
Then what was Colonel Harksted doing down there today?
Today?
Yes, he booked into a hotel
And booked
down
straight
there.
out again.
Well, he couldn't have.
Now, whose idea was it to forge the warrant cards?
His.
Good. That's what we thought.
But I don't understand. What was he trying to do?
I don't think we'll ever find out now. Miss Bailey, we have reason to believe he was what we call a sleeper.
What's that?
Well, it's someone who waits and watches and put on ice, if you like, until he's needed.
For what?
Espionage.
Espionage? But it was all because of my brother. It was all because of the germ warfare.
I'm afraid you've been very foolish, Miss Bailey. He has been using you.
What'll happen to me?
I will report the facts to the Director of Public Prosecutions. At the very least, you will be charged with forgery.
And Brian?
Impersonating a police officer.
Yes, of course.
Now, these are very serious offences, Miss Bailey. I hope you realise that.
I'm quite prepared to take the consequences.
Right. Now, would you get your coat, please?
It's a pity all the good work you were doing will have to come to an end.
I don't think it will. I'm not that important. Guardians can function perfectly well without me.
Good. Yes, sir.
You've got the luck of the devil.
Well, you're going to have to convince me of that.
Inspector Dunwell just rang. They've lifted your suspension.
And so they should.
Thanks to Angela Bailey.
Oh, anyway, that's
And
a
you're
relief.
to see the Deputy Commander about your misplaced warrant card.
What, not the disciplined people?
Which is why I say you've the luck of the devil. You.
I've just read this telex.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it then? Warsaw?
That's right. When we heard your friend Colonel Harksted had been frightened off, we got onto NATO intelligence.
Why did you let him get away?
I didn't let him get away. By the time I got there, he'd already gone.
You sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. If your man had stayed a little bit longer, he might have even seen him go.
What about his house?
Oh, no, it's all locked up. Milk bottles on the doorstep, newspapers.
I just do not understand it.
I think I do. Your little bird's wings need clipping.
I've been waiting for years. I knew Harksted was a sleeper.
It's a pity you didn't get on to him a bit earlier before Angela Bailey carried the can.
Oh, she didn't have to work with him, Jordan. It was an error of judgment on her part.
Yes, and we can all make those, can't we?